fine. I am coming on smoothly. Just wave me if you hear me smoothly, please, Vice. So let me know if anything go wrong. Charlie's.
I'm hearing you.
We're hearing you loud and clear right now. And
Yes.
we're live.
We're live now.
We are live.
Blessed love, enough love and I respect to the engineer and the host. We say Kalamari.
So while we're waiting, since we're live and we're waiting for the our host who's having technical difficulties tonight, we're talking about Burkina Faso and what's
Yes.
going on in Burkina Faso and the exploits that are happening there with Ibrahim Traore and the rest of the world reaching out and looking at all of the good things that has been going on in Burkina, and then looking at how, in my opinion, America and the West have started their normal playbook of trying to tear down leaders, black leaders, African leaders when they come into power. And I think the reason being is simply that they need to control the narrative and they need to try to stay in power. And every time there's a African leader that lifts his head up to do something for the people, all of a sudden now it's wrong. We look and we see all of the things that are happening with in Burkina Faso. We look and see the things that are happening around the world and the protests and the support that he's been given around the world. It lets us know that a change has come and there's a different attitude, there's a different awakening. And it seems like the continent is waking up, the people are waking up, black people all around the world is waking up. And I got to tell you that I am thoroughly impressed with the support that has been coming in for Burkina Faso and what's going on with Ibrahim Traore. If you look and see all of the development that's been happening, all of the development that's been happening in Burkina, the housing for the low income, and not even low income, all of the housing is free. The hospitals are free. The education is free. A home ownership is free in Burkina Faso. So we want to talk about that today while we're waiting on the our host to get back in. But this is our topic today. We're going to talk about. There's a lot to cover. First, Vice, I'm sure you've been following what's been going on. What do you
Yes.
think about what's been happening in Burkina?
Yes, my brother. I've been following, right? And this is a historical point we have reached right now. What is happening? The world, the Western world cannot contain us no more, cannot trick us no more, cannot use us no more, cannot pollute our land anymore, because the Almighty has sent us a savior, right? In the form of a Tory Ibrahim, right? And Burkina Faso. What is happening now, it's been happening all this time. When
Mm-hmm.
a black man rise up to help his nation and his people, he has been assassinated, poisoned, or some form of missing. It's not gonna happen this time. Because
He
I remember when when God did send Moses for the children of Israel, You see, Pharaoh was so stubborn, and he didn't want to let the children go. But this is a different thing right now. Judgment and justice is the habitation of God's throne. And if God is giving his children authority to rise up, ain't no one can stop it, brother. There is no way pagan can stop this which is happening right now. We, the black people, have been under the white man culture and following their ways and doings. That's why our blessing went away from us, right? But now we have woken up. We are wide awake, and all these traitor race of men and people of Israel who sold us out. You understand our own color. They have to pay for it this time. It's not going to happen like what happened to Gaddafi and Saddam and all these great men who wanted to own their own currency. It's not going to happen this time because this is God sent. This is the Almighty works. And we are all praying and hoping for him to succeed because his success is our success also. Because as I can say, there is no respect nor security for the black man in the white man's constitution. And right now, we have to support Africa, Burkina Faso, and whatever they are doing, our prayers is with him, and we are on board because we, the black nation, the black people, we have set up ourselves already economically, physically, spiritually, and these I call them Western demons have destroyed what we have created, and they see what is happening again, right? And they are trying to interfere. But let me tell you this: judgment and justice is the habitation of God's throne, and the Almighty is in charge, not them. God controls Mother Nature, right? God set orders and borders and limits mankind, so they better be careful what they are doing right now, because Mother Nature is watching, and Mother Nature is our guidance. Mother Nature is our security. They think they can do the black people, the people of Christ, all these wicked things, pollute our land, poison our land, killing of our people, sucking out all our resources, our diamond, gold, ruby, and then divide us. We are no more divided. And that I want the world to know that we are awakened, right? And the world is watching, right? And Babylon and Satan time is about to up right now, right? They know that their time is about to expire. That's why they are doing all these wicked things. Just like Pharaoh, when
Right,
Moses went to him
right.
and tell him what God said, he did not want to do. So what is happening now is the same thing around. Judgment and justice is going to happen. Yes, my brother. I think strongly that's what's going to
You know
happen.
that they have the same plan. We welcome our host back. They have the same plan. Remember now, every time a nation, a black African nation, rise up, and here's the thing that got them all up in arms about Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore, is that he is claiming self-independence. We don't need the West. We don't need your money. We don't want you in our land because you're not helping us. All you do is steal the resources out of our land. All right. And what he's saying is all the resources in our land. It don't make sense that you take resources out of our land, keep us poor by giving us pennies for our resources, and then enriching your land and leaving us without. It was, remember now, this is the same playbook that they doing when they got this coon up there, this guy you see here on the screen, Langley, this African coon,
Yeah.
okay, that is doing the bidding of his oppressor, that's doing the bidding of his slave master, is the exact same playbook they use in Libya with Gaddafi.
Yes, same thing.
The
And
exact
and
same thing.
use his own people to kill him.
Right,
You understand?
right. But you got to remember now, what they do is they set up CIA ops. So they
Yes.
go in there and they put on theater. They pay people to scrimmage. They give people guns and they set this group against that group.
Yes.
So this
Yes.
group can start fighting. And then they come back and they put it on Western media. And then they want to talk about how horrible things are because that's the narrative that they're trying to paint. But We cannot
Propaganda.
fall for it.
Propaganda.
We
Yeah.
fell for it, right? The propaganda. We fell for it in the beginning with Libya until we began to realize that Gaddafi hadn't done anything wrong.
Nothing at all.
And
Nothing.
they just wanted to tear him down because he too in Libya, right? All of the housing is free, all the education is free,
Yes.
all healthcare is free. They was putting in their own new monetary system backed by gold that they have out of their own resources. The
You see?
West says no way to do that, and then that's why they want to attack him and try to tear the country up. And look at Libya now,
Wow.
as opposed to how it was when Gaddafi was there.
My. Listen, listen. It's the same playbook as I said, happening over and over, but this is a different time. They are dealing with the youths of today, not old people like us. You
Right,
understand?
right,
And
right.
the youths ain't taking this. No,
They're
ain't
not
taking
taking
it.
it.
No, not
They
taking it
running
at
around
all.
telling everybody we are not our ancestors.
No,
What y'all
no,
did
no.
before, we not doing. Listen, case in point, what's going on? One of the things that's going on to prove that they're not our ancestors, and this is just a little bit off the topic. You know, earlier in the week, in Ohio, a cop shot an unarmed black kid. They claimed that they had stolen a car, and when they got out of the car, when the police was chasing them, they tried to run, and one of the kids that was running, the police shot him in his back 2 times and killed him unarmed.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yes, yes. It is not over. We
The
gotta be
boy,
very careful.
listen, the boy's father flipped out and went out and killed a cop in that precinct. Ran him over. Just a random cop. Eye for an eye. You take one of
That's
ours,
what they
we
want,
take
you know.
you one of yours.
That's what they want. This brutality and violence because they don't have no love in them. You understand? So this is what they want. Rialing
Right.
for rialing. No. You have good white people and you have good black people and bad in every nation. So we are not going to suffer the good for the bad. No, I don't believe in that. The bad pay for if you're bad, you pay for your bad works. And if you're sowing good, you deserve good. You understand? But what is happening now? This script have been played over and over, and they're coming again with it, and we are letting them know that it's not going to work. This may cause a hellfire hotter than hell. You hear me? Because
Absolutely.
what is happening? If they think that they are suicide, that they better check again. Because we know that once we are fighting for righteousness and truth, we are the biggest suicider. Because by speaking for righteousness and truth, we can lose our lives. And we don't care about that. You understand? We don't care. And if we don't stand up for no truth, there will be no truth. If we don't stand up for righteousness, there ain't gonna be no righteousness. Imagine if the world was to run like that, what would happen? Same thing like what is happening they're killing up people all over the world, and they say they are heads up government and heads up what, and they can't say stop the war, stop the this, stop the that. Even the Pope's supposed to be the most influential man in the world. Why can't the Pope say to that man, the war man, stop the war? Why couldn't the Pope say let there be peace? They don't give a shit. They're all on the devil's side. They're all
All
fighting
of them,
Christ.
they all working together.
Yes, and as I say again, John the Baptist, who baptized Christ, said he had a vision, and in the vision he saw Christ, but he told him how he looked. He was in the middle of the 7 golden candlestick, and he had woolly hair, brass skin, and red eye. Who is that? That's us. We are the children of the Christ. So when they see us, they see Christ. But truth, they cannot kill Christ. They want to kill us. I don't. That's exactly what it is. When they see us, they see Christ. So you know, they just fight us like how they fight Christ. But what is happening now? The devil knows that his time is coming. He knows that ye will be bound and cannot do no more evil works for a while. And there will be prosperity, peace, and love, and joy, and happiness in earth for that time. So the devil know that his time is almost up. That's why he's doing all these things. Remember, the Almighty set orders and borders and limit, and no man can go over what God says. You understand? No one at all. So they know that their end is near. That's why they are doing all this wickedness. But listen, God is the judge of the earth. That's what's saving them. They are not braver than us. You understand? We are not afraid to die. Whether you want to die or not, you're gonna die. So if we have to die to secure our nation and our people and our generation to come, ain't that no problem? So they better be careful and know that they are playing with fire, even worse than fire, right? It's not gonna happen this time. Not gonna happen on our watch this time. You understand? Whether we dead or alive, it's not gonna happen. For real. Blessed Lord. Anybody else
Blessed
sign? Yeah, bless.
greetings. I want to greet each and everyone who is here with us and thank each
Blessing.
and everyone who is here with us. So I've been dropping off and coming back. So I just want to let everyone know I'm back. I'm here. I'm thankful for the face that I'm seeing. And I want to state this evening our show is about Burkina Faso and our great leader, Ibrahim Traore. And I also want to say, when I started thinking about this show, for some reason, I kind of like, dear beloved, I'm so happy that we're here. And I'm saying, wow, it's not no time of sadness. It is indeed a very, very great day. And so much so, a great day in the history of things. So I want us to reflect on the 30th of April. The 30th of April is a day which will go down in the history of things. A day that is called IB Day, Abraham Traore Day, in terms of a force to be reckoned with. Burkina Faso. I think of Burkina Faso and I think of the time. And we have to really establish the fact that I love how on Sundays we slip into the scriptures because we are entering a biblical time, a spiritual time we are hearing, and the war is no longer with guns, bombs, and ammunition. No, it's a spiritual war. And this war could only be won spiritually, just as in the olden days, just when the Master himself walk with us and we want won all the wars. So we see a special time. So I know the news went on. I missed a little bit of what was said from my viewers, but my very, very intelligent audience will, of course, you know, weigh in on this subject. But I want to give a little bit of scripture this evening because, on the Sadie Sunday show, which is for the Woman Auxiliary, we make no apologies when we want to talk about our Father because on this side of town, we relate everything to our spiritual well being and we also view the times by the spiritual happenings. So here we are, Abraham Traore. But first of all, I want to introduce you all to the land, Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is a landlocked country. It's a country that, most people don't know about because it was termed recently one of the poorest countries in the world. That I want to talk about a little while from now because God don't make no mistake. A higher or Jah, or whoever you want to call him, we know is the Father who sits on his throne. Doesn't make any mistake. What I want to say here, we melanated people are rising. We are being awoken. So now we're going to know some facts. Africa is home. So let me talk about Burkina Faso for a while to introduce you to this lovely spot. It's a landlocked country surrounded by Mali, Niger, Ghana, and even the Congo. So we see it's the Sahel states. This area has been termed to be so poor, so barren, so deadlocked. I mean, wicked things have been said about this very nation. But the truth about this nation, I wonder why sometimes God Himself preserves certain nation. Because I was in my meds today and I say, Burkina Faso, the poorest country on the earth. How could a country be poor when under the very ground that you walk is laden with gold? But still, the colonizers came in, they raped and robbed our country, our lovely Mama Africa, and this has been allowed for, quite a period of time until, they changed the slavery with a different name, neo-colonization, and they have fancy names, but all the same is the stealing of goods from Africa. So in my midst, they say, Father, such a rich land, but such a poor country, which lead me into my conversation as to when we say we cannot understand the mind of God, no one can. Because the Almighty, He would say, my thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways are not your ways. For as far as the heavens are above the earth, so is my thoughts above you. So I reasoned with the Father today, and I say, Father, a land so rich, a land so bountiful, and a people so poor and so suffering. Why, Father? But sometimes we weigh out things in a carnal way because we don't have the understanding of the Almighty God. But just to think, do you know why Burkina Faso was left untouched in poverty? For the bloodline. If Burkina Faso was exposed to tourism, it would have a mixing of blood. And Burkina Faso is the remnants of the tribe of Jacob. I make no apologies. The 12th tribe, Burkina Faso, houses the tribe of Judah and the tribe of Levi. And Father himself has preserved that country in poverty to preserve the bloodline. Play with a higher, play with Jah Rastafari, we don't understand his mind. So when we see certain poverties, we have to understand. But Africa is on the rise, and Father has chosen one out of Burkina Faso because of the pure bloodline. Don't you see a man walking this earth knowing with a strength, a power, beauty, and a grace, simply because I want to take you right now into the book of Joshua. Into the book of Joshua, that you find the Old Testament, Joshua chapter 1, from verse 6, you'll see it was a time where the Israelites, we know who they are, and Father said to Joshua, Moses is dead now, but you go forth, and I will lead you to command and to rule. Be of good courage. Do not be afraid of their faces. Do not be dismayed, because I, the Lord, is with you. So we see a man walking, and we see a man walking, but not alone. Today, the world is known about Abraham Traore, but I want to say within 2 years ago, my cousin Laurel and I, we vibed on this guy, and we affectionately call him husband. No one know of this well-kept secret simply because we saw a star rising. Today he has risen, and the world has seen him. I have been following Abraham Traore and praying for this brother because I knew there was something special about him until the Lord has revealed slowly because, we know in part and we prophesy in part. But Abraham Traore, look at that man. It is the grace and beauty of us, pure bloods, who has not been contaminated. So we see there's a race on his life to kill him. But the Lord is with him. And blessed are those that the Lord walk with. For he has fenced him around, as he has fenced the Garden of Gethsemane. He has fenced him and shielded him for a purpose. A purpose that we, the black people of the world, we have a leader. We know what it was back in the ancient time. We are seeing the strength of a black man. We see a lion roaring without apology. America and the West is upset with this man because the lie that was told by the Uncle Tom that he is taking gold for himself. Let me tell you a little bit about the passion of this man. For I follow stories before this man was brought front page. Let me tell you the passion of this man. He don't want no gold. Let me tell you things he cherished. He went to a village, a farming village, because he liked to oftentimes dress down and go and vibe with his people. And when he got there, a ceremony was there for him because his people love him, as we see in the April 30th march. And the little boy came to him and gave him a gift, a wooden gift carved by the hands of this little child, 8 or 9 years old. And it says, together We will write, Abraham Traore cherished this wooden item more than a piece of gold because the man heart is for his country. It's for the country and a nation and a people because God Himself has selected this modern day Joshua to lead us and to make us free and to set an example because we have seen the bravery and they are waiting to kill him. But let us set an appointed date because only the Father has an appointment in our life because He said, life and death is in my hands. So when you see, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm, we have to wonder what we're playing with. So a man is upon the earth great and standing, but he's not walking alone. Africa could only be free when we have put away the false gods and return to our Father, the true God, where we can put our strength. Forget all the other things about names and religions and everything else. There's a one and only true king that sits on his throne. He's still alive. He's there waiting for us. And Mama Africa, she awaits us. Her arms are open. Some of us are from the Caribbean. We're all from Africa. It's our land, it's our mother, it's our people. But the book told us that all will return. And I'm happy for this day when I see the unity of the Black people. We often beg for unity, we cry out for unity, and we wonder about unity. But in a twinkling of an eye, America, France, Europe, England, and of course Africa, many, many states, they got together to tell you, leave Africa alone. It was a very powerful statement, a very profound statement, one done in silence without the dropping of bombs and ammunition. Black people are just fed up. We cannot make any apologies anymore. We are simply fed up. We are tired and we have seen through all the tricks. We have seen, if we should reflect for a moment, the pain of those that went by. But we're not going to stop by for no moment of silence because the youths today, they're not with that. They are telling you, bring it on. Bring it on for Thomas Sankara. Bring it on for Gaddafi. Bring it on for John Magufuli. Bring it on for Robert Mugabe. Bring it on for all the greats. Enough respect to Haile Selassie the first, because we know a king. We have seen a king and we understand royalty. But for the pain and suffering that we have been through, it is too much. And the day has come where it's going to be over. Long live Ibrahim Traore, and they cannot kill him. They cannot kill him because simply Africa, Africa has gone back to some of her old ways. The Bible told us, forget not the old landmark. Put away the false gods. The sisters in Africa, they told you, and there was not a shame or no apology. They say we went to the rivers, we went to the sea, we went to the forest, we went to the cemetery even, and we pray and we beg our ancestors to release us from this pain. It is so much pain that I talk of Africa. The whips of slavery, the pain, and taking away of everything we have had. And even when we try to build back, you take again, and you take, and you take. How much more? Our souls cry out to the Almighty because we can't take it no more. And for this evening, it's a celebration because Africa is standing up and telling you enough. So I welcome each and every one of you all this evening. You know, I'm full of passion this evening. May I wear my colors this evening. I want to welcome my sister Donna Gomez this evening. You want to wave me? And who else is here with us this evening? You all can just say, who else is here? Your brother was here this evening, so please weigh in. Welcome.
Bless her.
Blessed. Yes, brother. Give us your name for who all is here.
Yatta yo in the building.
Dr. Yo,
Yeah, Yatta yo, you know?
Yes, I
the
yell.
artist.
Boy,
Yes, sir. Blessed love. Welcome. And
yeah,
you know,
bless.
we hit some topics like Burkina Faso, we hit in
Yeah.
Africa as a whole, and really a story about the Black people, which the history books now have to rewrite because this time we're writing our own books. Everything that is going to be written, And I say, it brings me back to Kendrick Lamar. I feel, I'm telling you all right now, the revolution will be televised. So this is where we are going this evening. This is where we are hitting on. We are feeling the strength of the black people. We are feeling the strength of the black race. And we have Joshua to lead us forward. We make no apology. Long live Abraham Traore. For the Lord is walking with him. He said our people have to be free, and he has chosen that one. And then the Bible told us a child will lead the way.
Yeah.
Abraham Traore the babe. To these old presidents that walk all 70 years, 80 years, Abraham Traore is just 37. He was but 35 when he picked up the role. Let us not forget how he took the country, but he had to defend his country because no one else would. And the Lord told us a child will lead the way. So here we go. A child will lead the way. In the eyes of politics, he's but a child. In the strength, he's a lion. In the war, we have our modern day Joshua, and that is Judah and Levi in Burkina Faso. Mali and Niger is also the people of the Lord, and we see the Sahel nations building strength, and that is Mama Africa wiping away her tears. She have risen up her son. He's been protected and shielded by the Almighty Himself. We too, as the daughters of the soil, we are praying for this young man, and we are proud because for too long, all we see was black man going jail, black man on drugs, black man killing each other. Black man has something else that they can do, that they can put forward for a productive nation, a productive state. So, it's a wonderful evening, and I had a little rocky and bumpy start, but I'm on a different device. I'm feeling happy with that. And I welcome each and every one this evening to weigh in on the conversation. So the floor is open. Welcome to this Vice this evening. Anything you want to say this evening with us? How our time is it?
Blessed Lord, are you hearing me?
Oh, yes, loud and clear.
Yes, me and the engineer did have a wonderful reason, so maybe you could give somebody else a chance at this time to, elaborate, and then I'll get back in, you know.
Okay, so you have to put you on the spot. You see what's happening on April 30th with the Africans rising up and telling you no more.
Oh, no, you just heard it a while ago. Found out. But observing that guy, Ibrahim Traore, yeah, really, the prophecy reveal up, Like what you said, a child shall lead them. That prophecy come to pass right now. And our people need to re-educate themselves, re-emancipate themselves. There was another lie to our people. Up till now, most of the people still live in that lie. So it's like still have the chain on them brain, same way. But we have coming this time to liberate them and make them know so they need to liberate their mind, re-educate themselves about what I'm a teacher in a school. Everything, when you check it out, everything came from everything that they teach in school. I'm learning to eat in Kemet. And now them come over here now, William University, and want to charge a bag of money to teach you what we taught them and their forefathers, Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So that's very good. Yasha for giving me that song. I know someone else has joined us. You want to say hi and greet us? And we
Blessed
want to
Lord.
welcome everyone. I know there's someone else has joined us in the studio, and I would welcome you to the show. We are speaking of Burkina Faso. You want to
Hmm.
join us with anything?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, big
Absolutely.
brother, we always so happy to have you when you're on. And it's a special family evening because we know how you feel about Africa and we know your love for we the black people of the world. So we want come brother Ronnie into the show this evening.
Yes, Brother Ibrahim Sorry, he is, don't get me wrong on this. Oh, well, he is a Messiah for our people. I was listening to PLO Lumumba today, and he was lauding uh, our brother Torre and others that who are coming to join that movement that way. But one thing he was saying also was that We can't go back, and the main thing that is, he was saying, we must get rid, if we're going to succeed, we must get rid of tribalism. It's no difference if we Fanti, Ibu, Hausa, Wallach, what have you. We're one black people. And the thing is, and I've realized this a long time ago, even within the United States and in black people in the United States, I never explained it that way, but our tribalism is keeping us apart. So if we focus on that and understand that, we can move together easier and much better for the future of our children and our grandchildren and our great grandchildren.
Yes, definitely, Ronnie. But what we are seeing too, Ronnie, within the change, the young people has a different mindset. So that's
Yes,
really a very good thing for the change
yes,
as well, because if you
absolutely,
don't emancipate, you're meant for mental slavery. We would not be
absolutely,
free. Yes.
yes, absolutely.
And the great Bob
And
Marley
but
said,
don't forget
my
who you
people
are.
love Bob Marley so much. So I'm
Yes,
giving her a
don't forget
line.
who you are as a people. Don't forget we are as a people. As the first of God, first chosen of God. You know. All right. So that's where I come. That's where I come from. It's so good to see everyone. Oh no.
Yes, wonderful to see you too, Ronnie.
So
And
good to see you
how are
too,
you
brother.
settling?
Very well. I think I sent you some pictures of where I am. I'm going to take some more pictures and send out so you can share. But I'm calm. You know, I'm praying, and so on, meditating. I have a large area where I can go pray, meditate, not be disturbed. I have a lake, a park right across from me. I can walk. The house in itself is coming together. But I praise God. I'm still don't know what the future brings is going to bring, but I'm going to meditate and pray on everything.
Well,
You
definitely,
know,
Ronnie, you're on the right track because you're saying that, prayer and meditation, and then you have a lake and you have an area to walk. Because
yes,
we have been doing spiritual awareness on our show, and these are some of the ingredients of the fruit of fulfilling, that spiritual vibration. So you have all the ingredients there, Ronnie, and there's a reason that the Almighty has placed you in such a place. It's a time for the elders to get down deeply in prayer as well, because you see what's happening. The young ones are running forward, they have the strength, they have the
hmm
zeal. We, the elders, have the knowledge. Although I'm not trying to count myself in or with you all, I'm trying to run with the young lions now.
you're a child in my heart.
I'm just saying, my big brother. So we still need to tap into you all to get the knowledge to know how to run the race. Seeing that you all would have already know how the course is charted. So do
Mm,
not be wary of the fact that that meditation is going to bring you strength, wisdom, which we know you will depart to us when we meet. And of course, of every Tuesday we can share. But we thank you, Ronnie. We bring you right back on in a little while from now as we
mhm.
continue. But the vibes in Africa, the feeling is really, really good. I don't know
Yes,
why I'm feeling so much Africa today, but I'm always in my Africa. My big salute
yes,
to Mama Africa. I love Mama Africa. And
yes.
our heart, where our heart is, that where our treasures will be.
Will
So
be
we
live.
have to understand that this here is Babylon and mystery Babylon. There's nothing we can do about it. This is just how the story goes. But we are
Mhm.
here. We have to try to survive. We have to try to make it. But we have to always know where our mind and our heart should be, because we are coming closer to the end of the time. And there will come, I don't know the time and date, but let us be aware there will be that mass exodus. There, with an awakening of people, the shift will start to take place, because what has happened on April 30th is merely a sign of what is going to happen. And as my big brother Ronnie just said, There's no turning back. And I know one of our artists has a wonderful song for this special occasion, which is our first vice, Peter Morris. He has the African no turn back. And I'm hoping, he would, fill us with a little bit of that in a little while from now because it's so timely, his song. Now I think about it. And when I saw April 30th, I'm saying, oh my gosh, Local 26 has gotten themselves a star because there's a song that he came out with. And now, if you realize the time, First Vice, your song is matching the time. Who knows April 30th would show up like that? But it sure did. And I was just listening to your song from your recording, and I'm saying how timely. So if you know you'll give us that little vibes a little while from now with that song. So Ronnie, great thing to have.
Whenever you're ready.
Yes. Give thanks. May I say just one more thing, and I want to keep it very brief. We talk about Babylon and so on as the place, but we have to also fight the Babylon within us, and so on. And it's a battle, because there's of those of us that don't think we're there. We're there. But I look at the Israelites and Nebuchadnezzar, and so Nebuchadnezzar shipped people all over the world, shipped us all over the world. All right, and there was Babylon in it, and they took what they had with them. So we need to pray and concentrate and consecrate ourselves to righteousness and the Most High as we can, and it doesn't happen at once. It may not happen in a lifetime. All right, but if we're heading for the prize, that's a good thing.
That's wonderful. And as you say, Ronnie, the time has reached. It is the fruit is ripe and ready for the picking. The season is here, the harvest is ready, and we pray the Lord of harvest that He send truly more to work in the vineyard. Because we're
Amen.
seeing we the black people of the world are billions. In Burkina Faso alone, I want to give you all this factual information. It is written that in Burkina Faso, they have 16 million people. But I'm
Yes,
just going to give you some African facts. That is a lie. It is really 24 million. I
24 million.
understand they're playing down some facts about Africa, but I'm taking my sources straight from the horse's mouth, as you would say. You know how we do it on this side. We're going under
Mm,
the rug with this one. So it is somewhere in, in the statistics that Burkina Faso are 16 million. But
mm.
for truth and for, my very sharp and witty people that filled me in, he said, no, it's 24 million people. And that's the African story, okay, not the Western story. And they're
I
quite
thought there
upset
was
that they
more
have
than
to
that.
just like a few millions just like that. But Burkina Faso gave me the 411 on that because I'm very much interested in what's happening simply because there is a president that, like no other president in Africa or in the world, who escaped assassination 22 times. So
Right.
truly the Lord is with him. And what is he doing? What has he done wrong? What has he done wrong? So on April 30th, the world show you this is how we feel about Ibrahim Traore. And now, since the Africans are calling him IB, and I'm calling him IB too because I'm just up in the new crowd and everything. So, since IB is doing so good for his country and the jealousy has started, and they are very well aware of the West. They are very well aware. In so much aware that they know it has been America, France, and Israel that has made the plot because the intelligence that they have was able to uncover and tell them what is going on and off. That's why the man is still alive today. Also, as I said, truly the Lord is with him because he was appointed for a mission. And when the Almighty is appointed for a mission,
Yeah, I want
there's
to say that.
nothing you can do about it or anyone else. So those who would like to grab hold of him, hands off IB, simply because he is not walking alone. Plus,
Mm,
when you're not walking alone, there's a certain air of sophistication and authority that you walk with, and people of the non-melanated era cannot stand it because you're seeing a black man walking proud among his people not afraid at any point, knowing very well his life could be at stake, but yet he holds fast to his mission because his mission is about his people, freeing the black people of the world, not just Burkina Faso. He has teamed with Niger and Mali because he has come to an understanding how could a country like Africa be so rich and the people so poor? He's a babe. He just came into the world. It could be any one of our little brothers or our kids. Like in Ronnie case, Ronnie, that's it. That's your kid right there. That's your son. So
Amen.
you can look at him and you can say, son, we did not have a leader who was brave enough. We did not have a leader who was incorruptible. Simply because Africa is known to have leaders with enough money, you can buy them. But this leader is telling you he cherished a wooden carving from a child that showed an adult and a child holding hand. He cherished that more than the very goal. So when we look at things, we try to observe what is going on and what is going off. So here we are, the Sunday evening, as I welcome each and every one to the studio. And our topic is about Burkina Faso. So we want to ask our first wife, do you want to give us something in sound?
Definitely, definitely. I'm gonna do two, but I'm gonna do like a prayer one first. Like
Okay, I
this,
just want to check.
this one. Are you hearing me?
Yeah,
You hearing
yeah,
me, right?
yes.
All right. This one is for our leader, Abraham Traore. Angels
Uh-huh.
surround him like walls. Angels surround him like walls. Pagans of fight besiege the children fall, but the angels surround him like walls. The angels surround him like walls. The angels surround him like walls. Pagans of fight besiege the children fall, but the angels surround me like walls. The angels surround him like walls. The angels surround him like walls. Pagans of fight besiege the children fall, but the angels surround me like wall. Well, it's a good thing we see the creator from with it small. Many times to rise and many times to fall. But you got to know yourself before you back against the wall. Cause the angels surround me like walls. The angels surround him like walls. Oh, Tata, angels surround him like walls. Oh, Tata, angels surround him like walls. Angels surround him like walls. Yes, because we not turn back, Now look back, Oh, Mama Africa, we final stop, Now look back, Now turn back. Mama Africa, we final stop, Now look back, Now turn back, Oh, Mama Africa, we final. Colonialism, it don't cater with the blacks, Trap way in a slavery, get rich out of the sweat, Them born with school, born with church, try to hide with history. Think them last way in the west, but we find we home free. Jordan, Nile, and the Red Sea. That's a place where the gods wanna be. That's the place of my victory. So me nah look back, Nah turn back, Oh, Mama Africa, me final stop, Nah look back, Nah turn back, Oh, Mama Africa, we final stop, Nah look back, Nah turn back, Oh, Mama Africa, we final stop. We tired of them trick and them trap. Drugs next stumbling block. We tired of them trick and them trap. Drug next stumbling block. We tell them say we nah look back, nah turn back. Mama Africa, we final stop, Nah look back, nah turn back, Oh, Mama Africa, we final stop, Colonialism, it no cater for the blacks. Trap we in a slavery, get rich out of we sweat, Them born with school, born with church, try to hide with history. Think them last we in the west, but we find we home free. Jordan, Nile, and the Red Sea. That's the place where the gods wanna be. That's the place of my victory. So me nah look back, nah turn back. Mama Africa, we final stop, Nah look back, nah turn back. Mama Africa, we final stop. We tired of them trick and them trap.
Dragnet stumbling block. We tired of them pit and them trap. Dragnet stumbling block. We tell them say we nah look back, nah turn back. Mama Africa we final stop. Wanna hear that? Blessed Lord. You want the next one? I don't want to have to make you rise wood and stone to praise you, child. I don't want to have to make you rise wood and stone away. I don't want to have to make you rise wood and stone to praise you, Lord. I don't want to have to make you rise wood and stone away. Burn out all carnal weaknesses. Burn out all impurities. Only let love come from this heart of mine. Only let truth speak by these lips of mine. Oh, I don't want to walk to make you rise, wood and stone to praise you, Jah. I don't want to walk to make you rise, wood and stone, no way. I don't want to walk to make you rise, wood and stone to praise you, Jah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Burn out all carnal weaknesses. Burn out all impurities. Only let love come from this heart of mine. Only let truth speak by these lips of mine. I don't want to walk to make you rise wood and stone to praise you, Jah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Bless the Lord, Rastafari. Majesty. Kadamawi. Kadamawi, Kadamawi. How is that? How was that?
Oh, my brother, the first line that you said, about the wall, that was beautiful. That was
Wow,
absolutely beautiful.
Powerful.
wow, wow, wow. Yes.
I give God thanks for giving that to you.
Yeah. We need
Yeah.
that
Amen.
wall, prayers, strength.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, you
Yeah.
need to record that.
This, yeah, well, this song, I have some of these songs on record already.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
like, um, the first one, um, Angels Surround Me Like Wall, I have that on demo. But
Mm,
um, but this one, I don't want to have to make it right. Yeah, I've recorded this, but they're all on demos.
yeah,
Yeah.
the first one, the Black Wall. That
Oh,
that
Angels Surround Me
that
Like
hit my
Walls.
heart. That
Angels
hit my
from
heart.
Angels Surround Me Like Walls. Yes.
Yes, hit my heart.
Yes. It's oh my God.
Yes,
Thank you, brother.
yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Yes,
Give thanks.
we need this protection, because you know what
Yes,
happened? What is happening now? We need to pray for one another to
yes,
protect this man that the Almighty rise up. Ain't nothing can do him, If the Almighty wants it that way, they can't do
yes,
nothing. Once he's appointed by God, but we need a little prayers also to back it up. You understand? Because these demons are really wicked. You understand?
Real
Yeah.
talk.
Bless.
yes.
Right. Yes, yes,
Rastafari.
I know. Bless.
Yeah, man. Bless up every time.
Yes.
Yeah, and have a
Uh,
song for them too, man.
Yeah.
it's, sorry,
That-
I'm going to have to leave. I just wanted to chime in, and I thank you all so very much.
I thank you too, brother.
Bless up.
Respect and honor every
Yeah, give
time.
thanks to the moment.
One
Yeah,
love.
Yeah.
One love.
yeah.
Yes.
Blessed love. One perfect love.
Yes, man.
Well, we thank each and every one, and I was able to hear first bite with Rising of Woods and Stones, and then the aliens took me. But I'm hoping the other studio guest was able to really, really enjoy it. You're being heard all over the land and in different countries and islands. So we welcome, our island people as well who's listening to us, and our wonderful studio audience. Daily Sundays, there's the Woman Auxiliary, Local 26, Ethiopian World Federation. I hope I'm staying on for a little part of the hour. So, Yaka, I don't know if you get time to warm the stage. So, I dropped off for a moment. So, you can let me know if you want to give us something for the evening.
Oh, yeah, man. I got this
Okay,
song here. Yeah, this. Okay. It goes. Why can't there be peace, brother man? Why can't the violence cease from the land? Is it just a brain disorder, man? Make the people move out the order, man. Tell me how much will it cost your pleasure to show more love to one another, Mr. Short Temper? Tell me how much really is the measure? Do you wanna end up in a stretcher forever? I promise unto Jah to do the best that I can. Go on and spread the love to live long upon the land. Hey, you man, why can't you overstand we're one? And that's the foundation where we're from. Yeah, man, no matter what the skin complexion. And if you wanna see better for the generation, stay positive in all your action. Plant good seeds and watch them grow. The fruits of your labor will start to show. And this time, don't act so blind. This time, read between the lines. This time, just rise and shine. Inna this time. This time, don't act so blind. This time, read between the lines. This time, keep your state of mind. Inna this. Look into yourself and tell me what you find. The answer is there, long time in your mind. Waiting for you to just be still. Listen to the truth, begin to spill. Coming from the voice that's still. This world that we live in, whether blessing or sin, is a product of your mind design. Anything you want, you can have it in time. Only you have to tell your mind. Anything you ask, whatever those thoughts that you might have, just know when it shall be thine. You see, your mind is a powerful thing that Jah designed. And this time, don't act so blind. This time, read between the line. This time, just rise and shine. Inna this time. This time, don't act so blind. This time, read between the line. This time, keep your state of mind. Inna this time. Yeah, blessed love, one perfect love.
Yeah, one perfect love, Yato. We welcome you.
Yeah, I
We thank you
appreciate it.
for all. Appreciate love as well. You come on. The musical unit is in fact growing stronger, and
Yeah,
we are looking out for our musicians. We have not gotten everything in its fullness as yet, but just to let you
yeah,
all know that we are looking out in terms of getting a little change in hands. So Sunday will be able to work the while. So this we are furiously working on it, and we will
yeah,
have good news. But we appreciate love what you all do. We appreciate
yeah,
Shiloh
yeah,
as well for coming on and bringing his wonderful work, of professionalism to us. And our concert is yet to come on, but it's going to be a bigger concert than the one we had planned. So we still
yeah.
have that in our heart, in our mind. Summer is yet to come, and the warm days are coming up. Party time is coming. So
Right,
we're
yes,
in mind for the party time. And we're happy with the artists, but as well. And, as time go along, we want to make it worth everyone's while. We're working on it. So it's Sunday evening, and you know what we do here? We normally take things from out from under the rug and put it back. But today, we ain't taking nothing from out of under the rug. Everything is up and open, up in arms. Africa is rising. There's no apologies. We are
true.
not making any. Africans are not making any because it's a new day dawning. It's a new breed of children that are telling you, bring it on. They're not afraid. They're not in any fear. And they
Uh,
fully understand, overstand, and understand what the West is doing and has done to some of our great leaders that went forward. So we are here this evening examining and looking at Africa and looking at the right of the Black people. And as I say, in a twinkling of an eye, changes could be made. We never know so much people felt that love for Ibrahim Traore as they would have never pulled that stunt of saying he's stealing from his country because the love the people have for him, they turned against the West. And now many African nations have taken some strength from this leader. Like we see now, Uganda is telling the colonizers it's time to leave. Some
Go.
African nations are also telling some of the French people it's time to get out. They really had enough. And what is
Right.
happening now, a lot of Africa, raw material was leaving Africa, and pennies were given to the nation. And you are taking gold, timber, everybody. But now I understand that chart I was reading up in the African news. You no longer can go down there and cut a tree, but you can go across there and buy a piece of furniture if you like. So there goes Europe and their furniture and their fancy foods that we pay so much money for. So we are here understanding that Africa has risen, and as I said, we say Africa, which is not really the name of her, because that was one, I would not call the name in this time now. Because we are live and we're gonna go kind of decent. But if it was Friday evening, I would have called him the right C word. But we know Africa is rising, and you can no longer go across there and play nice with your white face and smile and take everything, because they're telling you it's not allowed. They're throwing white people out of Africa left, right, and center simply because they're telling you you all are here to steal. They're not afraid. They're not mingling and thinking, well, oh, you all came as a Red Cross to help people. No, because after 60 years of someone being in your country and has not done anything to say why they have been there for 60 years, somebody one day is going to find out, because it has been over a period of time the raping and robbing of Africa of her minerals. There's so much lithium in the ground, it's driving the West crazy. Lithium is needed to run batteries and various items that they will need for
That's
their
true.
weaponry. So therefore, how do I get it? I go across there, I play nice, I come across with the Red Cross, inject two children, and I'm speaking of Bill Gates, who's not even a doctor, injecting children and say we have aid. No, Africa don't want no aid. I saw a sign where the London people marching, and they tell you quite frankly, Africa is not poor. Africa have been raped and robbed by the colonizers. So the children of Africa know they are sitting down in soil that if you dig in the ground, you can find gold. They have come to the conclusion you cannot fool them anymore. Well, you can fool them at all. You fool their grandparents. But these children, you know how they organize it? For the march, they went on social media, and 1, 2, 3, before you know it, millions was having a peaceful march. Not one incident. And millions in Burkina Faso was outside. Everybody left their house and came out. And it was so organized. I saw the elders sitting in one place, the young people in one place, children in one place. So black people know how to organize and centralize. And the best part about the whole October, April 30th, which was a brand new year for us, it was indeed after they sat down, after they marched, they all sat down, they ate, and then they were entertained by this reggae artist. And they danced till the night, they danced the night away. So we see what black people does. There was no killing of each other. They went outside to march because they were not happy about something. They sat down and listened to their president. They listened to the elders. They spoke to their ancestors. And then they danced and they drank their palm wine and they went home. There was no deaths, no killings. No, no. I think probably even the prisoners came out and marched and they went back inside, because in Burkina Faso, there are no prisoners. Burkina Faso, IB, I'm calling him these nice names because, he's at the Sunday show now. IB said to the prisoners, he said they are young men of 18 to 35 years old. He said, we no longer can afford to feed you. I don't believe in this. Since you all are young and full of strength and vibrant, you all will be doing farming. So the prisoners are now farming and feeding the people of Burkina Faso. He has made such a wonderful arrangement with the prisoners. The well behaved prisoners were guarding the not so well behaved prisoners, until it came to a point whereby the prisoners will wake up in the morning, go to the field, do their gardening, get back inside the prison, lock themselves in until tomorrow. That is the kind of loyalty IB has going on. Where in the world has you heard of that happening? And it is happening. This is the story I make up. This is the prisoner's life. Because he told them, you're like 18 to 35, you want to make a 6 months in jail. I don't have time to mind you. You go in the field and you go plant some rice and corn. Plant feed a village. Now the prisoners are no longer prisoners. They are farmers. You cannot go across there and call anybody a prisoners. We are working our land and this land belongs to us. So when you have changed the mindset of a people, how do you kill an idea? You cannot. You can kill IB because all of us have to die one day, and IB is going down in the history books. I'm telling you. And since we are writing our own history, IB is getting a nice big chapter because all he did was good. So may the Almighty continue to bless IB. But what I am saying, you can kill a person because maybe, okay, we all have to die, but you cannot kill an idea. You cannot kill a force unseen. It's a generation that has risen up and telling you we are not going down the same road like your grandparents. In a matter of fact, they're telling you one time, I will not be a slave. Slavery will never exist in Africa. And they are wondering how we even let it happen, which, of course, painful enough, we get caught up in the session when the thing was already going on. But this generation is telling you, we put a stop into it. They have the intelligence, they have social media, they have numbers, they have youthfulness. And I'm telling you, there's a fire burning in the bellies of these youths. I saw them and they simply say these powerful words. If you kill Abraham Traore, you better prepare to kill the whole of Africa. And you know how much NGs that is. So
Yeah.
it ain't happening. So
Judgment.
therefore, it's a time for us to rise. It's a great day to be black. So for all those who bleach out their skin, I know they're probably trying to go in the sun right now to see if they can set things straight. Because bleaching was also banned in Burkina Faso. You are not allowed to bleach in Burkina Faso. No, 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 no. That's not happening. So the man has changed things around. He has given us the truth of things, and we have to accept the truth. I am happy with Ibrahim Traore. And this young lion is going to lead the way. And he is making a lot of young men and women as well see the beauty of leadership in strength and loyalty. So long live Ibrahim Traore with the spirit of Thomas Sankara. And we see Ibrahim is not going to make the mistakes of Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara, a very great leader, also of Burkina Faso, simply made a mistake by trusting people. He trusted some very close friends. I think it's the very closest one that killed him, that gunned him down. But that time is different. We learn from the mistakes of each and every one as we press on forward. We see what was done to our leaders. So Ibrahim, he looked at Thomas Sankara. I'm sure he studied Thomas Sankara because sometimes he uses some of the words of Thomas Sankara. But the spirit of Thomas Sankara lives on today, and we know a bright light is burning in Burkina Faso. For out of the darkness will come that light. And Father himself, the Almighty Ahaya, the Almighty God, Jah Rastafari, the Almighty Jah, has chosen a son, one that is fearless. Because when somebody tried to kill you 22 times and you're still alive, you really going in the history books. So
Okay.
we continue to pray for our brother. We love our brother, and we see the strength of Africa. And in no stopping us now. You cannot stop a force that's coming at you. They are not planning to turn back. They are not bowing down because as their leader shows, he not bow or bend to whatever societies you all have created that you all call democracy. He not for it. He's there for the proper running of his country, the love of poor people, the love of black people, and he knew Africa must be set free because truly we are the people of the Most High. We have gone into slavery for over 400 years for disobedience. And the time has come now where we are woken, some still sleeping, but those who are sleeping, I'm sure, April 30th, they will jolted out of the sleep, especially when you see the numbers spread across the earth. It was a beautiful day indeed, and the earth simply stood still while the forces of the black children of Mother Africa came forward, marched in unison in joy, and they said, no more. So, who wants to deal with that can deal with that. And I know it was not a sight that the other nations would see, since normally it is projected where black people fight and kill each other, and at a simple barbecue they might have 8 deaths. But we are watching a march, millions across the earth, and the Caribbean people are standing with Africa, because even among the march in England, I saw a big Jamaican flag. I started to laugh. I was like, no, no, no. Wait till I tell certain people about certain things. These Jamaicans be popping up, and sure, I'm saying they just pop out. But I was looking to see if I see a small Trini flag anywhere. I don't know. But in any case, that red, yellow, and green was showing. I was like, oh, there they go. But all the same, Jamaica, Trinidad, Grenada, Guyana, St. Vincent, the Caribbean, we love Africa. We know it's our brothers and sisters. They try to hide it away from us. They try to show us cherub with flies running around their face, and the Red Cross is giving them help, until we found out those pictures are already 40 years old and it does not exist at the moment. And we never know Africa was so rich. And I really had to come and see for myself certain things. I met African friends who tell you they never grew up in huts. They grew up in big houses. They can speak 15 languages, and they never even know that we thought that flies were running around their mouth, because they never even grew up and understood poverty. So all of Africa is not poor. There are some Nigerians who drive the Mercedes Benz at 18 years old for a birthday present. So Africa is not poor. It is the richest land, the most blessed land given to us by the Almighty. And as I said, we were going through certain punishments for our disobedience. We have forsaken the Almighty, gone on to false gods, and there we are. So we want to thank our engineer Charlie. He's bringing up on screen what is really going on and off in the minds of the black people of the world. As again, this is Sadie Gomez of the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, coming to you live and alive, and we are full moon Africa. We make no apologies. And by next week or in our next conversation, I will really give you all the real name. It was not Africa, but it's too much to digest. You know, I have to give the slice of the pie with a glass of water, a cup of tea to digest. So we will get the real name. All truths are being exposed of things that are going on. But the slice of the pie this evening is Ivy, you know, Ibrahim Traore, and Burkina Faso, and the sound of the people leave us alone. They are sounding, blocking the sound to the west, to Babylon, USA, UK, France, Germany, Belgium as well. They are really tired and fed up of being harassed and tortured. And if any one of us had anybody try to kill us 22 times in such a short period of time, we would be feeling some type of way also. So it's a man, flesh and blood, also with great strength. But picture how this man feels during the day. Somebody want to kill me. Imagine that you want to wake up in the morning and just know somebody want to kill you. But thank God for Abraham that he can put his mind and focus on the things that he was set out to do. For truly he's an appointed cherub, and he must fulfill his mission. So long live Ibrahim. Again, I can't stress it enough. April 30th in the year 2025 has been a very historical day for Black people. And for those who do not know, you can also do your research, see what is about. Burkina Faso, as I said, is a landlocked country surrounded by countries like Ghana, Niger, Mali, Congo, all of which are rich with gold. Ghana herself can boast a lot because Ghana has gold to supply the world. And Ghana herself has decided to put down her foot as well and the fact of buying gold. So a lot of nations in Africa, countries are taking up a pattern. And this is what really having the West up in arms because some of the leaders are saying, I'm going to put my foot down and run my country. And we give thanks unto those who have the strength and the bravery. Because if you are leader of your country, you have to know how to run your country. So the world stands with Ibrahim Traore. Africa stands with Ibrahim Traore. The Caribbean stands with African Abraham. And also I saw there was a small, just a small gathering, but all the same, it put a smile on my face as well. I did send it into Charlie, to his email, but I did send it in a bit later and didn't inform him. But the Rastafarian community of Jamaica gave a really, really nice presentation for the King, Ibrahim Traore. And it was a small speech by some of the elder Bobo in Jamaica. And we see it was almost a case of men standing by waiting, hoping that someone could do it because we know it's not an easy task. Bravery and to stand in the face of the West and tell them because when America is so pissed off, really, when Ibrahim Traore was asked about the goal, he gave them a very simple answer, which really set everything light on fire. But if we know our black men, I the way they have gone and I the way they behave, Ibrahim Traore was asked, what did you do with the gold? Why did you take the gold? And he simply answered, it is my goal. Story done. It's for me and my people. So I am not telling you how to come to your country to run your affairs and simply stay out of my country's business, and that's it. So when you're told so blatantly, stay out, stay away, leave me alone, it really affects, the bully. So, however, Ibrahim Traore knows that this task is not an easy one. He sets the streets of Burkina Faso and he mingles with his people. How many presidents can boast of that? He disguises himself, goes into the marketplace, and sit among the poor and ask them their problems, ask them their troubles, so he can feel the pain of his people, feel the need of his country, and knows what he has to do. That's a leader that most African countries are telling you, we wish we had a leader like that. And I am telling you what has also happened because the forces that be is so powerful. It is so powerful. This fight is a spiritual fight. And as in our conversation, I often bring spiritual awareness. But I just want to say it's such a deep spiritual fight because in Libya, a few people got up to marching and they were arrested. Libya. They were arrested for some noise pollution or whatever it was. But all the same, I do understand that in Libya has a powerful military influence, let's say, of Western powerful military influence. So some of the protesters, I would say, I believe there was a peaceful march. I don't know for sure. It was Libya, but some well, I should say, were arrested, and some of my African cronies, they talk about it because they said even, look, things went down so smooth, but that report in Libya was just one of the bumps that we saw in the road. So we know that we are not 100% just yet, but we are touching nations, we are touching people, and Africa is putting her foot down. As I said, 10 countries so far has changed their policies as to where their mineral wealth is going. Uganda being one of them, of course, Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, they have a new precedent as to how things go. Simply because our leader, our president, Ibrahim Traore, has told you we are taking things in our hands and we are going to run our own show in our own way. And furthermore, we're not speaking any more French. So, Haley, we're going to take up our own language. We are no longer wearing those uniforms of the British colonizers in our courtroom. African men will be dressed in African garbs. And well, I just told you about the bleaching the skin. Well, you know that's a no-no. You're not going across there with that foolishness. And he has also changed the school uniforms of the children. Children are no longer wearing the colonizers' uniform. They are wearing the African fabric uniform, feeling proud. And the fact that he can do so, and he has all right to do so, he built 200 schools in 2 years. So what were the people coming across there to say they're helping? And children are running around 8 and 9 years old on the streets because there's no school to go to because they were not allowed. So now he built 200 schools. You have your school uniform because he strongly believed, and he said it from his own mouth, he said, children ought not to be on the streets working. Children belong in school. They are the future of our nation. And he is right. If the children are not educated, 30 years from now, who's going to be the next president? Well, then the West will really come and snatch us. But I'm just saying, he is looking forward to the future of Africa, not just stuffing gold in pocket. And furthermore, when I've spoken to a lot of Africans, Africans are not greedy about gold the way the West is greedy about gold. I had the pleasure of meeting one young man many years ago. I can't remember if it was Cambodia, Ivory Coast, or somewhere he was from. And he told me when they grew up, they used to go to a river and play. And I know because I used to go to a river and play. And he told me there would be gold. But he said they just play with it and they leave it alone because that's just how it was. So so when you grow up a certain way and you have certain things, it's a difference. Because like for instance, I grew up with about 5 mango trees. I eat a bucket of mango when the mango season comes. There are people who didn't have that privilege, so they come and they see a mango, they pay $3 for one mango, and that's a precious mango. I eat mangoes by the dozens. So a mango is not going to thrill me in a certain type of way because we had 5 mango trees. So it come like the Africans when they saw gold in the river, kids when they play, it was just gold in the river. It was not a big deal. So Ibrahim Traore, he don't want to stuff gold in his pocket. He wants to make sure the nation is all right. That's what he wants. His wife, his children, his nation. Because many of the leaders in Africa that were given privileges, the first thing they do, they buy themselves the Mercedes Benz, a private jet. They get 2 more wives, 3 more concubines, and they live in life. They have out of town bank accounts. They children up going to school in the south of France. And that's the lifestyle. Anytime you see a corrupt leader in Africa, there's a certain pattern. We have studied this for too long. We know what is going on. You see, a president does not have an airplane, private airplane. He does not have a private Mercedes Benz Rolls Royce or anything. He drives in a comfortable SUV, just as a regular middle class citizen in America. And he wears moderate garments. He doesn't know designer fancy fufu. He's in his military garb. He has proper military shoes. He's not overdone in jewelry. So what does he want gold for? To put where? And he's not afraid to die. So he's not trying to stock up a whole set of things because he thinks he's going to live to 300 years old. So he's a man that the world has not seen before, a man that we can pattern after, a man who we black women are so proud of because he's fine as the heavens. But apart from that, the strength of this man, we women, we are like, oh my gosh, we waited so long to see this. This is our fathers, our brothers, our uncles, our husbands. He is everything wrapped up in one. For the men who watching him, you are watching young men who know where what they could become when they grow older. 8 and 9 year old boys have something to watch at and dream. Young black boys could start to dream again. Do you know what it is when a country is taken and hope is taken away from a country? Hope is what we live for. So you're 8 years old and you watch Ibrahim as he step on that floor and they play that African music and he walks to the beat of the drum. I'm telling you, I studied him for 2 years. You all probably just found out, but I'm watching him for 2 years, me and Laurel, so we know him real good. And when you see they play that music, ay, 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 ay. Oh my gosh, I am swinging my hips same time because I am telling you, Africa is alive. It's no longer a picture of children with flies around their faces, and the Red Cross is feeling sorry for them, and Bill Gates are sticking injection in children's arm. That picture has been erased. We are watching a great king upon the earth. We are watching young black men able to dream again. We are watching the fact that Africa has hope once more. And it's a great day to be alive, and even a greater day to be wrapped in that wonderful melanated chocolate skin. Ain't it something? So, for all you chocolate lovers, if you see how the melanin is flowing these days, I'm telling you, it's one of the great commodity right now. So you black men better be careful because you all are number one these days. You know, you all are showing up in magazines looking all GQ because black right now is what's up. It's in style, let's say. So it's a great day to be black. And I'm saying so because I heard some black women in Africa, some black men in Africa telling you one time they're celebrating their blackness without apology. And I am so happy because when you see they get down in Nigeria and Ghana, they were so proud. So some of the sisters sent me some personal information of things that they did on a personal level. And they were telling you, we are celebrating our black self. They said, Queen, it's a great day to be alive in Africa. So I want to feel the same joy that they're feeling. Africa is feeling a joy, and it's no turn back. As our artists have given us wonderful song. I know I dropped off, but I know the song, I know the music, and it's a case of no turn back for us, and we are moving up, up, and away. But surely this move, as our conversations have gone by previously about our spiritual awareness. As soon as black people drop away them fake Jesus and fake gods and white man blue eyes scissor bougie and that's not a Batman thing, but me not talk thing for the take me off. But all the same, we going back to our real God. You see the Almighty? He was just waiting on us. But we cry unto him because we said to him, our fathers have eaten of sour grapes, and our teeth is on edge. We cry out to the Almighty because we had it, and we felt the pangs and the pain, and we really can't take it no more. So today we celebrate an Africa that is rising before our very eyes. This is not a story but a cartoon. This is April 30th, 2025. This is not no way you can hide this under the rug because this is not no under the rug story in the first place. We ain't putting a story under the rug. This is up in your face. Take it or leave it. It's how the youths and them are go on. And they only 18 to 35. So that's strength, power, intelligence with an idea. And with one mind, that's what time it is. So wonderful to celebrate this time. No, April 30th of every year from now is going to be a great day. It was declared IB's day. And we know IB will certainly turn this day where he will tell people, let's go and plant the land because he don't want no praises. He is an anointed cherub, anointed and guided by the Almighty, and he don't need any fame, any favors. This is a workman. He is appointed for a mission. He knows about his mission. He goes into his mission, and therefore, great respect unto someone who could walk and feel so strongly for his people. We have not seen a leader like that in a long time. And the leaders that were shaping and coming in that direction they kill them. As you know, we can no longer say we're going to give moments of silence for our fallen ones because there's no more silence. Africa is speaking. Africa said she is going to be heard. For too long, she has been shut down. So now Africa is speaking. She said she's not going to stand by and let you take away IB the same way you did to Gaddafi and play we was not looking. When you slip in there, oh Bam Bam came and say Gaddafi doing this, that, and the third. One, two, three, they knocked down Gaddafi. And that is what we now go stay around for. We saw how that went down. Other presidents came by and talked. There went the others as well. So we know how they felt also about George McAfee, that he paid attention. He was being poisoned for over a period of 2 years. He did not know he trusted. But IB, yeah, I walk with you too much on the side, breastplate in place and everything, it is. Them boys out there foolish, so long live the king. We are so happy this evening, I'm telling you. It's Africa all the way. Love myself to Africa. So it's Sunday evening. We come across here, we chat, we reason. We have our musicians on board. They gave us some song. I am seeing the summer is coming close. We're going to be outside doing some shows. Tonight we're having a rainy sort of night, but we're having a warm studio. I know I talked to some people earlier on, but all the same, people are busy. But we are happy for those that came by to join us. It's always a great pleasure to have our first fight in the house. Yatta came through. It's Donna Gomez with no wave you. Hi. And thank each and everyone. Ronnie came out as well. And Charlie's engineer is here with us, giving us all the pics that we need to know and see. So we have learned about Burkina Faso. As I said, you all can do your own research of this country. And earlier on, well, not need to repeat myself, but I said that Burkina Faso is a landlocked country and surrounded by many of the other greats. And all of these countries in the Sahel states is so rich in mineral resources, but yet so poor. People, children can hardly have a meal or probably just one meal a day or none or have to go to sleep hungry while the West is coming and just sucking all the wealth of the nation dry without any form of apology. So there we go. You brave men have stepped forward and say no more. Because as a leader, when you look at your people. What great leader can go to sleep, feeling filled and feeling accomplished, and his nation is starving? What leader could you be? Then who are you leading? Yourself. But to lead a people, you have to make your people happy. You have to make your people contented. You have to make your people have hope. Hope is one of the greatest that when within our human existence, it's one of the greatest attributes we can find. For one, when has a chance to dream and to hope, it's a wonderful thing because it strengthens our faith. So we know today, for those of us who had lost faith, who have grown old and weary, that we thought the Almighty God was asleep or he does not know what has happened to his people. Because many times we question, I say, I wonder how they want away with the slavery thing and God, we try to involve the Almighty that, how come he didn't see all of this? But the time has come because, his time is not our time. But truly the time has come where we are standing tall within our melanated self, knowing we are going forward. It's a great day to be alive. A wonderful day for the show as well. A wonderful day for me to let you all know about Burkina Faso and the great Ibrahim Traore. For those listening out there, Africa is very large, but we are seeing an underdeveloped country rich in resources. All the minerals and the wealth is under the earth being raped and robbed. But we are seeing a country whereby the bloodline has not mixed. And most importantly, it's a great attack on this man. Burkina Faso has the tribes of Judah and Levi in that side of the world. So, brothers, no, we can't discuss so much and so much and so much, but we see there's one that sits on his throne, he's not asleep, and we give him thanks. Especially a day like today, Almighty, I know it's a great day that you have said, vengeance is mine, and I will repay. But oftentimes we wonder when, because we have seen the wickedness of the enemy. We have seen and felt the pain, and yet still, we're still here to praise you. We're still here to give you your honor and your glory is due unto you, because we know, Father, that you have set all things in line and in time for your purpose and for your will. We have not lost faith, and yet you have given us hope on this bright new day, because April 30th was the new day, the new year. And we know April is the new year anyway, so how timely for these wise Africans who did April 30th. Happy New Year anyway. But for all is said and done, our heart is filled with joy, for hope has not left us. You have not taken away our faith, and for that we pray and we come closer to you, Almighty. For our people has strayed far from you, and we were under punishment, but we have returned to our first love. And we enter into your bosom with open arms, no apology, just as in the days of Moses and Joshua, Father. For you alone can guide us through this. For you alone to uplift the black people of the world, for the time has come. And we ask you to guard us, strengthen us, and shield us from the enemy, because with this, we know this change has brought about a great change. And if Africa is telling you to go home, you know, another side of the world is also into mass deportation and saying to go home. But home is home. So, Mama Africa, green grass, a good oxygenated air, sunshine, the real sun, we take you. But we love you, Mama Africa. And all of Africa knows, if they did not know before, that the Caribbean people are in one. England had a march that showed, you know, it showed, because some things really cannot be explained when a picture tells 1,000 words. And particularly in UK, I watch it from all different angles, all different angles. But there was one particular incident, you know how we get petty on the side, that I saw, and I really had to laugh. There was almost, thousands, hundreds of thousands of black people marching and of course dancing to the beat of the drum. And on the very side of that video, there was a lonely white woman in her 30s walking with her head down. You know how we petty on this side. We pick up everything. We put it all back under the rug though. And I watched her in the video for almost 2 minutes as the video lasted. And she walked alongside the march. Now she didn't come to march. Maybe you were just marching on her street and she was just trying to get home. Poor lady. She was just like, where all these energies came from. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get out of here. And she walked along the march, as I said to you, and her head was bent down as much as the film lasted. This was about 2 minutes. And apart from the marching and the moving of the waist of the African women, I was fixated on this white woman who I knew did not want to be there at that time. But she probably just swing down the street. As I said, she probably was trying to get home, and she ran into this crowd. And curiosity, the camera, the person who did the video, they probably wasn't trying to film her at all. But as I said, you know how it is on Sundays. We don't miss it. We wearing glasses just to see this one. So I was really taken up with her, and I saw the frustration of this white woman trying to walk as fast as possible, to get away from it almost. But the length of the march, she got caught up in a 2 minute, and I mean, it was killing her softly. I knew it was because she never lifted her head. And that's when I knew something was wrong. And in her mind, if I should read minds, she was like, oh my God, get me out of here. She was almost like, beam me up, Scotty, because it was just too much for her. But it's Sunday evening, and you know what we do on the side. So we welcome each and every one. Would you like anyone like to say anything first of the evening? We're winding down close, close, close. But
Yes, yes.
yes,
I would love to chant a piece of a psalms that coincide with our victory in Africa. A special psalms.
welcome.
It goes like this. When Jah turn again the captivity of Zion, we will be like them that dream. Then our mouth filled with laughters, and our tongue with singing, saying them amongst the Eden that the Lord has done great things for us. Jah has done great things for us, whereof we are glad. Turn again, O Jah, our captivity as the stream in the south. For us that goeth forth bearing precious seeds will doubtless come rejoicing, bringing our shield with us. Aman Selah. When Jah turn again the captivity of Zion, I and I is in captivity, and Jah is turning Zion and taking Zion out of captivity. So this is the work of the Most High. No men and people cannot stop it. You understand? So you just give it that Psalms to show men and people and Western demons and pirates that they can't stop this. 22 times and you can't kill him. He has to do his work before he die. So they can't stop this. Blessed love. Love, love, and I respect. Yeah.
Blessed love. Well, I want to thank each and every one who came out this evening, and really, that psalm has been of great inspiration. And I myself would like to say a short prayer for this evening. Really, really short. I can get long. But I want to really thank the Almighty for blessing us as a people, blessing us to know that He is still alive and on His throne and has not gone anywhere. Because He said, my time is not your time. My ways are not your ways. And as far as the heaven is from the earth, so is my thoughts far. So we do not know the mind of God this evening. We do not know the Almighty and His ways. But what we know, we have a Father, a loving Father, who we can come to, who we can come to in truth, who we know is not, his hands is not wax short that he cannot deliver. And for all the things that he has given us, we give thanks. And for Mama Africa that is rising, we give thanks because we, the black people of the world, that is home. We were taken from a great land, Father, and brought to the Caribbean and scattered. But we want you to open your arms and welcome us back home. We want to welcome the fact that you have seen your children in pain, Father, and you are here to deliver. You have raised up a great son, and we ask you to bless him. Bless Ibrahim Traore. Bless Burkina Faso and the surrounding Sahel states. We bless all black people of the world in this time and this hour. Bless the Ethiopian World Federation, International Council, bless Local 26, and everyone that is here. We want to say bless. And of course, bless Sadie Gomez, and the show may continue, and we will get our proper funding. So we asking for blessings for that too. Bless to the musicians and for peacefulness. Bless to my sister who came out as well. We give you thanks. We love you. Big up to the Caribbean islands. One love to all those who can make it, and to my wonderful listening audience. We give thanks. In the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart, be acceptable in thy sight. O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. We give thanks on this wonderful Sunday evening. We say the Gomez saying good night.
Kadamawi, Kadamawi, Kadamawi. Easy be here, Kadamawi. Yeah? One love.